Riku! Axel! Vincent! Sir Venom!
You decided to head south along the high road towards Waterdeep. Before you did so, you gave Morty 1,000 gold to get shenanigans off the ground. In an effort to recoup some of this gold, you took on Aurora Realm's first task and retrieved an anti-magic orb. Completion of this first task earned you the ability to buy a little more from Aurora's realms. You were also visited by Lord Neverember's right-hand dwarf, an individual by the name of Barock Clanghammer. He asked that you venture to Gardmore Abbey, several days' ride to the south, to kill a red dragon by the name of Mechalath. Mechalath has been said to begin looking further afield for his food, and maybe more. And so off you went towards Waterdeep with a desire to help the city of Neverwinter along the way. And maybe you wanted more along the way. Revenge, perhaps, outside of Daggerford? Or who knows what else you could find on the road. And so you find yourselves standing in the now abandoned glade, Mechalath having flown overhead, cow in his claws. The hags and their displacer beasts temporarily chased off. You're battered and beaten from from your encounter with the hags and displacer beasts, but you're alive so far. What would you like to do?
Riku
I
pops
want to check the
into
water out again.
Oh, right. We were going to heal.
Riku pops into being visible, and then says, "Hey guys," like out of breath. He's like, "Let's go take a knee somewhere."
There you are.
Let's go hang out under a tree.
Yo, did you guys see that dragon?
That thing was
No.
huge.
Let's go hide.
Oh, let's go hunt that thing.
Well, first we need to take a knee.
I think Riku's fucked up.
Okay, Riku.
You see Riku is bruised.
I mean, I am too.
Badly
Those
beaten.
displacer beasts kind of.
Just going to throw it out there. Riku's not as bad as Vincent is.
Yeah, I healed
Yeah,
myself
oh.
during the fight.
Oh, a bunch
Okay.
of
Yeah, the
HP.
displacer beast fucked me up, so I'm
Yeah.
cool with taking her out.
Yeah, you get all your
But I
stuff
want that
back
dragon.
at a rest too.
What
so.
about that hut where those people were talking? They're gone now, right?
I mean, it sounds like
Yeah,
those
the
Minotaurs
hag
were like
ran away.
about to get up to something. I don't know if we should like dilly-dally too much.
If you guys want, I can give you that rough overview once more of what, and you could
Okay.
see this through your Raven if you wanted to, Sir Venom. In case this helps, I'll give you this overview once again. So you guys are here, which is where that
Yeah.
little well was. There was the ruined tower, fortressy thing here. It looks like an abandoned village in this space. There is some sort of tower down over here, tower here, and then obviously the top.
And the Minotaurs were talking here, right?
Correct.
They mentioned something about killing or trying to intercept like an archaeologist or something, like a dig party.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a history check for me.
That's a natural 1. +3 is 4.
I mean, their exact words are really hard to remember. I think what you said is what you recollect.
Okay.
I have written down Mechalath. Is that their god? I think. Yeah.
Mechalath is the red dragon that
Oh, right. All
Barock
right. All right.
Clanghammer told you to
Yeah.
take out.
So, and we saw that the Minotaurs were heading in this direction, right?
Let me see. Yeah, they were going back up towards that village. So they were headed up this way.
Ah. Well, guys, do you want to keep moving, try to see what those Minotaurs are up to? Do you want to lick our wounds? Do you want to get closer to the dragon? the play here?
Maybe it sounds like that archaeologist there follow might be onto something. We should try to track him down.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I guess we can do our best to try to track.
Yeah,
But,
give me a minute. I can probably heal us a bit.
Yeah, do you have any sort of what's it called? Healing spells that would take like 10 minutes or something?
Are you still in the clearing? Do you want me to bring this back to that map? Are you guys still in this clearing here with the font?
We'd be like under a tree or something.
Okay.
Hold
Can
on, I would
what's your high?
grab. Sorry, go ahead.
What's the passive perception, Sir Venom, of you in
21.
particular? 21. You do begin to hear movement and rustling from the direction that the hags fled in.
Okay, so they're coming back, so we should probably leave, unless we really want to kill a couple displacer beasts and get their skins.
Yeah, I think we should get out of here.
Yeah, let's go back towards that building and then try to trail those guys.
But before we left, I would have filled up like a water skin or something with the water from this font.
Gotcha. That's easy enough to do. As you are leaving, you do see at least one or two displacer beasts begin to slink back cat-like in the undergrowth next to a tree.
Let's go.
And
And I
while
will.
while we're heading out, I am. Where is it?
Getting eaten by displacer beasts?
So
Doing,
I
dog?
can do Aura of Vitality. That gives me. I can heal 2d6 as a bonus action for 1 minute. So how many like charges of those would I get if I cast it like while we're on the move?
You get 10 of those.
Nice. So I'll do
So
that.
20 d6.
So here's the first one.
Couldn't you just roll 20d6 and then kind of
Disperse it. I think
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay, I'll do that then.
I think that's totally fine.
so another 18?
He just rolled. So,
I mean, you could do this in a number of ways, but like I think doing that is totally fine. So 80 hit points. Everyone can take 20 basically if they want, or you can disperse it
That's
differently.
perfect. 20 is exactly
Yeah.
what I need.
Yeah, let's do that. Everyone gets 20 hit points back.
damn.
Lich is like eyes lighting up.
That's really, really good for out of combat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very good for out of combat.
But aren't we resting soon?
Not anymore.
Yeah, we don't need to.
No, the bad guys are coming back, so we
Yeah, we had to book it.
Okay.
And then
We
I'm
gotta keep
also
this trail rolling. This train rolling. Sorry. What now?
I was looking because one of my subclass or the cleric things, I can burn my channel divinities to get spell slots back, but I can only do first and second, and I still have plenty of those.
Okay.
You know, I'll do one of them just to get have all of my second levels.
So I think we try to circle back to that building and get on the trail of the Minotaur mans. Try to find some footprints and whatnot.
Sure. That's not going to be too hard. Reaching the building, it is empty. There's nobody around. You don't hear any voices. You don't see anyone. Whoever would like to attempt to find a trail or path, some sign of travel, go ahead and make a survival check.
I have a +3. Anybody have better than that?
I
I have
think.
a +7.
Yeah. He's got that jack wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom is my thing. So let's see.
We got Mr.
So
Venom.
19.
Yeah, 19. Pretty good. You're able to tell that most folk who had come in this direction, and you see many different types of cloven feet, hooved feet. They all go back and forth in one direction. So they go along the road, and as you follow them along the road, you are able to swiftly come across the abandoned village here. And would you like to approach it stealthily? Would you like to just like walk your way in? Like what are you sort of thinking at this moment in time?
We should probably try to be stealthy.
Yeah, we would try to.
Should we send the bird to scout a little first, or should we just go?
Not only because of the Minotaurs. I mean, there's a goddamn dragon here. We would try to move unseen as much as possible.
Okay. In the midst of tracking, go ahead and roll. Everybody can roll stealth except Sir Venom at disadvantage. Or Sir Venom, you'll be at disadvantage. Everyone else is normal. It's hard to
All right,
walk and
that's
chew
the
gum.
second one I've rolled tonight.
Oh,
Still beat me.
Get them out of the way.
damn. I mean, they're not terrible. They're not wonderful. What I would say is, let me just roll one thing. Okay. I mean, you are spotted on your way into the village, and it's funny because even though you're spotted, you get the sense that like it's not a big deal. And I will
Huh.
set the scene here with the following. You see a group of Minotaurs putting together tents, looking at maps, generally just looking through the village. You suspect that they've arrived slightly ahead of you, maybe by a few hours, no more than half a day, you suspect, because they are still setting up camp. There are, how many Minotaurs are there? Let me just double check this. You see 24 Minotaurs, many of which hold books, maps, papers, pencils, tools that you would expect archaeologists to have on hand. You do see 2 domesticated gorgons. And if you don't know what a
So-
gorgon looks like,
So these ones are a different group than the ones we saw.
so it was only you who saw them, right, Riku? Oops.
Or no, whoever was stealthed.
I thought
Yeah,
the
It was
bird
Axel.
came out.
yeah, Axel
Oh,
saw
it's
them.
Axel.
Oh, it was Axel. Okay. Axel, uh, the ones that you saw are in the midst, sort of broken up through the rest of the Minotaurs, assisting with things.
But didn't they say they wanted to kill?
Sound like they were plotting, right?
It did.
Not, maybe not to us.
Do we know we've been spotted?
Yeah, you know you've been spotted. A few of the individuals have stopped moving, and they are looking over at you. Can we help you?
Yeah, Riku waves and starts walking, approaches the Minotaurs and says, "Hello there, greetings. What is,
Good day.
how fare thee? What is what sort of camp is this? I see you guys seem to be setting up here in these ruins.
You can
They-
see the two closest Minotaurs sort of glance
You
at each
know-
other.
Do you not know there's a dragon about?
No, we do. Come closer. Speak quieter, because of said dragon, if you will.
Surely. Riku comes in close, begins talking closely.
And you can bring your friends too. And he's like waving the other 3 forward too.
Of course.
Are you guys
Riku,
gonna keep your distance, or?
Riku waves over friends.
Yeah, we'll approach.
Okay. Approaching this clearing, it looks like it was once a town square of this abandoned village. You can see the way that the buildings are shaped around this space. There are walls that have crumbled in this area. There are several different archways that led to this spot. There's what appears to be a collapsed well in the center of town, as well as you can see paving stones through the long grass that the cloven hooves of these minotaurs are trampling down. As they put down their crates, set up the tents, you notice that several of them do not appear to have archaeological tools upon themselves. Maybe 5, 6 individuals in particular. Axel, you recognize at least 1 or 2 of them to be individuals that you saw at the tower beforehand. The others, however, seem fully engrossed in the ruins. You can see one of them pointing to what appears to be sort of a bullface and horns etched into the ruins on the side of one of these walls. You can see several of them pointing over their maps, reading books, and getting ready for camp, effectively, setting up what will be a fire and food. The individuals before you, their names are. Let me find their names. Sorry. Um, I lost their names. Give me 2 seconds. The first one is Kwome Rock Fury, and the other is Hesvin Boulder Fist. Kyome is the one on the left here in the photo, and Hesvin is the one on the right. And they greet you by saying, "How may we help you? It looks like a bard. Are you a bard and fellow adventurers of some sort? Here to slay the dragon, are you?" He sort of says in a nervous and laughing voice.
Potentially, if it gets in our way, Riku smiles.
I mean, shock and surprise sort of crosses their face, and they sort of look at each other. Indeed, get and Hesvin turns to Kuome. He says, "Get Tarakar. I mean, he would love to. I mean, is it okay if we document your comings and goings? Adventurers in the area of the old Minotaur people are our specialty."
Sure. What exactly are you here for?
Oh, roll a persuasion check.
If you don't mind me asking, good sir. Persuasion. 17.
All right, pretty good. And they sort of look at each other, and they sort of shrug, and he says, "Well, over hundreds of years ago, maybe 1,000 years ago, there was a temple to Bahamut and other good gods beneath this hill. Minotaurs built it. My understanding is that our people fled this space when it was ruined and took refuge elsewhere. We've come to see what we can find of our people."
Interesting. And well, have you guys come from a great distance here? I'm not familiar with your kind. Sorry.
Oh no, they actually all Teravar is now there as well, the third one, and they all sort of begin to laugh, and they're like, "We've come from all over the Sword Coast," and they all sort of like indicate different places where they're from. One would be from the Forest of Worms, down by Boraskir Bridge, within the area that's now ruled by Eltergard, off of the Fields of Dead. Another would be from the town of Oralbar, which lies near the Grey Peak Mountains, north of the Southwood and south of the High Forest. And the third would be from none other than Mirabar, a place that you know, a part of the Lord's Alliance, in the north, towards the spine of the world, north even of Neverwinter and Neverwinter Wood. And they all sort of indicate, we've spent years trying to find a group of individuals who would fund such a thing, and luckily, Lord Neverember himself was willing to put forward the gold for such an expedition of archaeologists as ourselves. It's not uncommon amongst our people to tell the stories of Gardmore Abbey and the Temple to Bahamut underneath. It's been a great hope of many of our folk to reclaim such a place.
Does the abbey belong to the same god that this ruin is for? Like for your ancient people?
Uh, make a religion check first and foremost.
14.
Okay, so you know that Bahamut is a good god, but a draconic god of
Ooh, that's cool.
draconic deity, good dragon, metallic dragons in particular.
Cool.
And so, sorry, what was your question? Can you say your question again? Knowing that,
I asked him if the abbey at the top of the hill is um like for the same religion that his people are here looking for like their ancient tribe.
gotcha.
Like if it was involved in this like ruined city at all as well.
The answer was kind of. There's an order of monastic knights who chose the hill for their orders home after the temple was created and then abandoned. And those monastic knights built the abbey on top, and sort of a village grew around it, and then hence the walls and the towers and this abandoned village. The place is clearly and has always been some sort of place of power,
Yeah.
is what they believe.
Okay. That's what's going on. So one's from a bygone age and one's more recent.
Yes, but two layers effectively of
Yeah.
ruins and civilization.
Cool. Riku is like, wow, this is a very interesting place. And I assume you plan on delving in there deep, is what it seems like.
I mean, hopefully. Though I'm a little wary that, I mean, we can see the smoke on top, we've seen the red dragon, we know the stories of what they do to the land. Have you been able to scout further afield than we have?
Yes, he has began making it more like his home, shall we say? And
Oh,
we may or may not take care of the dragon. We're undecided. We're kind of we're perusing the area, kind of sizing him up before we make a decision. Isn't that right, boys? Who
Yeah, I
looks
think
to Riku.
our end goal was just to get the dragon away from here and stop causing trouble for the locals. If there's a way to do that without killing the dragon, we'd be open to it.
Yeah, perhaps we can barter with him. These beasts talk, correct?
I would never have discerned a dragon to be a beast, but indeed they do talk. They typically, however, do more than talk. They aggressively persuade, is how I would put it. At least that's what the law states. And I do worry about the things you may find above. And he's like actually begins to rustle through some papers. Oh fuck, where is? Do you? And he sort of turns and yells, "Does anybody have Volo's Guide to Monsters?" And you know that. Actually, go ahead and make history checks for each of you who have grown up on the Sword Coast.
History check coming at you.
Nat 1.
Written by like
That there is a
the
10.
Vola.
It is written by the Volo. Several of you who have been living on the Sword Coast for most of your lives recognize the name of Volothamp Gedarm, except for you, Axel.
Yeah.
Whether it's due to your illiteracy or something that you missed
Little
in childhood.
distracted.
Yep.
I'm eyeballing the fellas who were talking about killing.
Either
Gotcha.
that or they're maybe someone's making a spread, like a picnic going on, and you're kind of distracted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're putting together like a lentil stew at this point over their fire. In regards to the individual who comes running up, you all recognize a tome, a version of Volo's A Guide to Monsters. He opens it and he goes, red dragons, red dragons. They turn. Oh dear. It looks like they will turn the land around them to odorous sulfur and pumice stone. Lava may sometimes come forth.
Oh yeah,
Arrogant
that's happening.
tyrants. Oh dear, oh, that's not good. Servants. Fiercely territorial, isolationist, yearn to know about events in the wider world, use other creatures as informants, messengers, and spies. Dear Lord. Oh, and obsessive collectors value wealth above all else. How did Volo learn all this? What a I wouldn't say archaeologist, but a man of learnedness. He sort of closes the book. Yes, I suspect it's quite bad up there.
He must have spoken to one, as we intend to.
A dragon? I assume he did to have all that information. Otherwise, the man is bullshitting, as you folk like to say.
Well, we know the creature's name. Perhaps if we start with that, he'll at least give us somewhat of an audience before we have to fight.
And if not, we fight an epic dragon.
Well, I would ask that you do so far away from here. We simply wish to see if we can find within these ruins any way deeper into the mountain. Hopefully, that does not include lava.
Well,
How much
perhaps
of
we'll
a map
smash
do you
a way
have
open.
how much have you been able to map the surrounding area?
Oh, frankly, not much. And they actually show you a drawing that's even cruder than the one that I've been displaying.
Then I I reach out my hand and cast minor illusion to like recreate the topography from what I saw with my raven. I'm like, does this help you guys at all?
Oh my goodness. Siolan, please come quickly. Can you hold that forward for us, just for, I don't know, 5 minutes, so Siolan can draw that?
Oh, of course.
And you can see several of them like gather around and they're studying it and they're like talking to each other. If you would like to listen to them talk for a moment as they study this, I will give you some information.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. Like while they're copying that, like tell me more about you guys. What's going on with this whole area and your mission and everything.
Or tell me.
Okay, so they are willing to give you some details about the village per their history of their people. The keep, first and foremost, down here, fully abandoned, broken, unusable. They suspect it's empty and has been empty for a while. This area, scouts have said, is inundated with fey magic and is currently occupied by a coven of hags and their creatures. You've already run into that. This tower is said to hold aberrations of several sort, as the first as the order of monastic knights that resided and created Gardmore Abbey existed in this place to study the stars and things that existed beyond just Faerun,
That sounds really
outside of this
cool.
world.
I like that.
The Wizard's Tower. They have not gotten that far yet, but it is said to be mostly abandoned and broken down. They have no idea if there's anything in there or if it's, just like this tower and empty. The top, obviously, it's where the dragon lives, and then this abandoned village. Probably the only place of peace and solitude within the entire area, though, if they're discovered by the dragon, they are worried. They're able to give you all of that,
We're-
as well as tell you that the Dragon's Roost has 4 buildings on it. The temple, which still has its roof, the gatehouse, which also still has its roof, the Hall of Glory, and the barracks, both of which have lost their roofs. The barracks, Hall of Glory, actually everywhere except for the gatehouse. So all of these 3 buildings were said to supposedly lead into the catacombs beneath Gardmore Abbey, but the gatehouse was not.
The wizard tower. Did they point out or say? Do we know which one that would be? Is that like this thing or something?
The Wizard Tower it's kind of on the other side. You can't really see it. It's like down here. There's a little peak of it right there.
Okay. And then the other place where you were talking about research
Here?
about the stars. Is that what that was?
Yeah, so this area, let me give you that one in particular. That was a watchtower. And they actually say, well, there's a tale about Gardmore Abbey. My understanding is that it's true and it's what led our people to flee. The monks, they studied many things in the stars and beyond. Have you ever heard of the Far Realm?
Can't say I have.
No? And he looks at all of you. If you would like, if you are proficient in history, you may roll.
Let's see. 8.
You only know the simplest of concepts, like the Far Realm, something similar to the astral sea, but beyond it. That there are deep gods and something more, something strange and unknown in that place. Well, yes. The knights here studied the Far Realm and supposedly held back a tide of evil of some sort from there. Not entirely clear. But there were a series of wards placed by these knights long before something happened here to the Abbey that confined magic, all magic of any type, within that tower. And so it exists as a relative pocket dimension, or it used to. My understanding is that a comet went by several decades beforehand now, and that everything inside has changed. The only reason, and he like actually points to the individual who wants to record whatever story here that you're going to make. We have records of of let's see, Slod, so Manglers, and yes, a death tyrant, all living within such a place. They were killed by adventurers many years before. And if
Interesting.
folk want to roll Arcana to understand any one of those, they may do so.
Why not?
Which one do you want to know more about? The Slod, the Manglers, or the Death Tyrant?
Death
Oh, wow.
Tyrant.
Natural
Yeah, Death
20.
Tyrant sounds.
Death Tyrant. Whether you read it in one of Volo's books or in maybe a description of some adventurers slaying something beforehand. Actually, where are you from again? You're from Neverwinter?
Mm-hmm.
There was a story that went about of a group of adventurers in Waterdeep who killed a beholder. And that this beholder came back eventually and terrorized some of the outlying areas of Waterdeep years after. But it is known as a reinvigorated beholder. So a beholder that dies and has the trappings of death and decay upon it.
That sounds pretty scary.
It has multiple different sort of, instead of eye stalks, rotating like almost Ioun stones, glowing beads of light rotating around its skull, because that's all it is. It is just a skull with a single empty eye socket populated with a bright red light.
They have a name.
Death Tyrant. That's all you know for this
Yeah.
one.
Wow. Definitely don't want to run into one of those.
Seriously.
Okay, boys. Well, we got the scoop on some points of interest around here that isn't just the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wizard's Tower sounds pretty sweet.
Let's huddle up.
They say,
Alright,
"Oh,
Are
okay."
are they done making the map for my illusion?
Yeah, they can be done making the map for the illusion. They say, you're welcome to join us around the fire, if you so wish. I believe it's lentil stew once again, and you can see several of the Minotaurs sort of, they do the like thing where a bull like is annoyed and they like stamp their feet and snort. But they give you space and you're able to huddle up.
Perhaps we will.
Before we part ways to go huddle up, I want to on minor illusion again pull up the image of that guy that I saw from the water vision, and ask them if they know anything about him.
Oh, which one did you see again? Let me pull that up. You
The-
saw an army besieged. Is that correct?
I saw a guy pulling out a card from the deck of many things, and then like Grim Reaper or something showed up behind him and killed him.
They say, indeed. I suspect that would be. Oh dear. That's probably. Let me find the name and I will tell you. That would probably be Captain Nenlast, the individual who guarded the abbey with his knights. He was the leader here for about 20 years before the abbey fell. That is a dire omen indeed if he suspected he needed to pull from the deck of many things to try to save this place.
Oh, that bodes well for us. We'll let you get back to your studies. I think we need to talk amongst ourselves as a group, figure out our next moves. It's a pleasure
As you
meeting
will.
you, Kiyome.
You have a safe place we can talk.
I mean, anywhere in that direction, I suspect. He sort of points you towards like another ruined building, basically. That's sort of like a street and a half off of the town square.
All right.
And I can
Dragons,
also,
am I
if
right?
if we don't want to be overheard, I can do that telepathic bond thing where we just talk in our heads.
Does that use a spell
Oh.
slot?
It does not. It's a ritual spell.
All right, yeah, I mean, that's cool.
How
I
long
don't
does
think
that
we
last?
necessarily like it lasts for 1 hour.
Okay.
I don't know if we necessarily need it now, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessary, but that's a cool idea. Like before we enter a place and we start exploring.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I don't want us to forget about that spell because it sounds really sweet.
Cool. All right. So what you guys think about the dragon?
I think
Should we?
we're getting super distracted because it sounds like there's really cool stuff to explore besides the dragon around here.
Maybe if we explore the area, we might find out more about like the dragon's motivations and what he's
Yeah.
doing here.
What
Maybe we
was
can find a special
I
like.
think his motivations are
magic
pretty
item that-
clear. He's after loot. Like it seems like he's drawn to wealth, right? So he's amassing his loot piles
What?
here, and he's setting up shop.
what was that thing you did, Sir Venom, in Amber Temple where you zapped the giant Uriel goo monster into like another dimension?
Banishment, but I don't think I have it prepared right now. So I'd have
You
to.
can
I'd have to
definitely
take a
get that as a
long.
cleric, though.
Yeah, so I just have to take a long rest to change my
Okay.
spells.
Well, do you guys think we could take it if we had to kill it? What do you think?
I don't know. Hard to say.
Possibly. It's what? It's a fire dragon, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
red
solar
dragon.
dragon.
Yeah. So Sir Venom is not particularly worried about a fire or a dragon that breathes fire.
I mean,
I have a question, Nick.
Yeah, shoot away.
When a dragon uses his fire breath, does that count as a fire spell that I have to roll a save on?
It does not count as a spell. It is an ability or an action. And what is the power in particular that you're wondering about?
My helmet. It's very specific about this.
Does it say something about gives you dexterity saving throws against like spells in particular?
I'll show you in 1 sec.
Oh, and you have resistance to fire too. Look at that.
Fire spell,
Here.
fire abilities,
Yeah.
fire.
and if
saving-
Axel gets real mad, he'll have resistance too.
Take fire damage. Save.
And I probably have a spell.
Oh,
I
it's
could
just
probably
fire
get a
damage.
spell
Never mind,
somewhere.
not a spell. Shit. No,
No,
it says
it's
against
like weirdly
saving throw against a spell.
specific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's against a spell.
I think it's like if somebody shoots a firebolt or a fireball at you.
So the dragon's fire breath wouldn't count?
Correct.
Okay. Because this right here, this is what happens, boys. What could happen with me wearing the helmet? It could potentially kill us all.
Okay.
FYI.
Well, if we do fight
Wait,
the
what?
dragon, we should spread
With great-
out.
with great power comes great responsibility, okay?
So out of game, I'm thinking we technically we should be able to fight this dragon because we were the game sent us here, if you know what I'm saying. So it's like
Well, also, it's either the end game now or it was a side quest.
Dangerous assumptions, Lynch. Dangerous
that's
right?
the game. I'm thinking like
Or maybe
you
he's
know.
punishing us from like kicking ass so often.
But then again,
He's like,
I'm
"Fuck it,
also
throwing a super
thinking
dragon at him."
it's like a fire dragon. He's like on the cover of the book or whatever. So it's like
It sounds cool as F. And the other thing is that there's other points of interest around here that I'm interested. I want to check it out.
Yeah,
And then
this
we
whole
could always
place
maybe
sounds
negotiate.
Really cool.
Riku could
There's
charm his
sounds
ass
really
off.
tower up here. This crazy tower that he says was like another dimension. Or
And then yeah,
something,
imagine if I
the
could
way it
talk
was,
to
like,
him.
set up.
Imagine if I could talk to the dragon and have him let us look around, and then maybe I don't know, maybe we strike a deal with him.
Yeah, does he have pockets? Can we just instead of a dragon flying
Well,
around with
yeah,
a
I
fanny
mean,
pack?
If he is a loot fiend, we could barter with him. We got loot.
All right.
So, is there anything I can roll, Nick, to sort of get an idea of our chances of being able to actually talk with this dragon and him just not attacking us right away?
So you know a lot of bardic stories, is what I would say.
Mhm.
If you want to roll some sort of history, or like, you could even try to like do a performance check to sing through songs that you know about are about dragons, like under your breath, to try to think through the lyrics for some.
Yeah, let's do
reason.
that.
Let's go
Okay.
through all the lyrics that I have on deck about dragons, dragon songs.
Yeah, make a performance check then. Let's see.
Dragon songs.
Wow,
Sing
22.
me a
That's pretty
dragon
good.
song.
So, what is it that you want to know in particular about this type of dragon, Riku?
What the chances are that we'll actually be able to talk to it and before
Aggression.
it just
That's what you
before
wanna
it
know.
just like attacks, like its level of aggression, or if there's maybe a way we can like bring some sort of like offering of good faith so it doesn't just attack us right away, like peace
Sure.
offering.
So you actually go and you sing under your breath the song called Tyranny of Dragons. And it's about the cult of dragon attempting to bring back Tiamat, the goddess of evil dragons. I want to say almost like 30 years ago across the Sword Coast. And in this song, one of the lines is sung, "No other dragon comes close to the arrogance of the red dragon. They see themselves as kings and emperors and view the rest of dragonkind as inferior. Um, They yearn to know about the events of the wider world and make use of lesser creatures as informants, spies, and messengers."
Hmm. So Rico thinks there is room here to negotiate with the dragon, but it's probably not going to be easy. And I don't know what if that's even a desired outcome over just trying to kill it. I'm not sure what the benefit of getting it on our side would be, other than having a really cool dragon friend.
Hmm. What if you
It
distracted him
sounds
with
like
words and I just jumped on his back and started stabbing him a bunch of times?
yeah, because it kind of sounds like the only way we could barter with this creature is if we convince it that we're its disciples and we're just gathering intel for it, is what it sounds like. I don't really feel like working for a dragon. It kind of sounds dumb.
Yeah, if I've already got a god, I don't need another winged deity type thing to pray
I'd rather
to.
kill him. What do you guys think?
I think
yeah,
we
if
could
you want
take him.
If you want me
Yeah.
to distract him while you get the jump on him, sure, I can help
Yeah.
you out with that.
Just
Actually,
talk. Just keep him talking, and then I'll just sneak up on him and just stab him a bunch of times, and then he'll die.
okay. Riku gives the thumbs up to this plan.
Riku.
Yes.
Do you know if dragons have decent
They have what?
wisdom? They're wise, right?
I'd say it's fair to assume that dragons are both
Well,
intelligent and wise creatures,
we
So
and they can be ancient, like very old.
I'll give you this, Riku. With those arcana and performance checks, and from the stories of the cult of the dragon, tyranny of dragons across the Sword Coast historically, you know that red dragons are far more likely to be charismatic, as in not handsome or beautiful, but their presence of being is incredibly strong, just as their strength and their constitution. You suspect, though, that from the stories they are significantly less wise than many of their kin.
Oh.
I see.
Ooh, but we did
So
see
dragons
his,
have different stats depending on the color, is what I'm hearing.
we did see his roll from last week, though.
Yeah, that was part of why I wanted to tell you guys.
Okay.
So it means that other dragons
Like
are
a
even more
plus-
wise than that.
Damn.
which is
So there's
crazy.
also damn.
I actually
That
think
means
I will
one
say
of their
this as
weaker
well.
stats.
I fucked up and I rolled for an adult red dragon, which is more powerful than how this dragon actually is.
Let's kill it.
So we still probably got at least
Right,
like a
so-
+8 or a +9.
Yeah, Nick is egging us on here. We gotta kill this
Yeah.
dragon.
All right,
Yeah.
but the point of me asking that was that I can shoot it with a shadow arrow that kind of blinds it for a round.
Oh,
It has to make a wisdom save.
Riku
And
would
I was wondering what are the how likely are the chances of that? Like, they're probably still low, but maybe better than I thought.
Yeah, and I have the
out of game. I
blindness
know a
spell
little bit
too,
about
that's a
dragons
con
to know
save.
that might not be very effective, but Riku doesn't really know that. So
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, I I think Vincent wants to hunt the dragon.
Ooh,
He's willing to negotiate with the dragon, but like also willing to hunt the dragon. Ambush it, if that's the plan.
Oh hell
It
yeah.
has no benefit.
Yeah, let's ambush it.
Right? For yeah, okay. Well,
I still
on
think we
board.
should check out the two towers
Well,
first before we go after the dragon.
First, or is it on the way?
It's not hard to get around in this area. I mean, things that look, nothing's more than half a mile away at the extreme. This is a relatively small hilltop. You're able to travel about as you wish.
Before we
Just in
leave
case we find anything useful.
before we leave this camp, we should sit by the fire and join
Take
these
a long rest.
Minotaurs. Not a long rest, just like
Oh,
a short one. Mini rest.
I mean,
Sure.
what's everybody's health looking like? Do we need it?
Yeah,
I
I'm
could
at
still use a little
72
bit
out of
of-
75.
If we're gonna fight a dragon, I'd like to, being topped off would be cool.
Yeah, I could use another 26.
Okay. If you
got
don't want to
fucked up.
explore those other points of interest and you just want to go right to the dragon, then
Will
want
we
a
get a
short
short rest before? Like, if we go to explore, will we have time to short rest in between?
Yeah,
like-
we might get another fight and then have to short rest after that.
All right, I can get in one.
We can always like do the exploring, come back to this camp, like take even a long rest, and then head up to the top.
I can do a non-dragon fight with the current HP. I just also don't want to get in too many fights because I don't want to use all my rage before I can't show up to a dragon fight not raging. That's the only that's the only kicker.
You need a long for that?
I still have 2 slots. I'm just saying, like, if we get into 2 more fights before we fight dragon, then I would need a long rest to get more rage.
Okay. Well, I guess we would let the Minotaur men know that we're going to go check out one of these buildings and then possibly come back here to camp with them if that's all right.
Sure. They're very willing to have you about.
Okay. And we're also sizing up the dragon. Tell them that we may slay it if we so choose.
And
very nonchalantly, like, pepper that in the conversation.
the individual who is he records adventurers' tales. He's like feverishly writing in his like large tome.
Riku's like, you enjoy that, do you? What say you about this? Pulls out sword, presents it.
What is that?
It's a prize.
Please, you have to come back and tell us this tale of more lentils.
Only if you share some stories with us too.
Well, let's
Indeed.
let's get exploring before we go doing story time, Riku.
Of course.
We'll do story time when we come back for
Yeah,
our
let's do
long rest.
I just want to show the miniature man my fancy sword, that's all.
Very nice of you.
Until next time, good sir.
Indeed. All right. So where are you guys going in particular?
I vote Wizard's Tower first.
So the Wizard's Tower is here, and it's
Okay.
mostly ruined and collapsed, per your understanding.
Also, Vincent, before we head out, you said you were low on HP.
Yes.
So let's give you a 2nd level Cure Wounds. How do I upcast this?
Well, are we gonna hold on.
He's
I
just
think-
touching
are
you.
I know. I'm just saying I've also used my 2nd wind already.
He's got a
We'll
lot
be
of spell
fine.
slots.
So you had 16 health back.
Alright, thanks, pal.
So the options were the wizard tower, and then there was a different one.
Yeah. So
This
there's
one down here that was like the other dimension tower.
That's exactly right.
Oh, and that's where the hags are, though, isn't it?
The hags are by this space. This is
Ah.
a fey grove, and then this tower here. You'd actually have to go out and around
Yeah.
to get to this tower.
Let's not do that one. Let's go to the one that's closer.
Wizard Tower away.
Wizard Tower.
Let's do it. We'll probably end up going to the other one anyway, but yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Might as well start with the Wizard Tower.
All right, Wizard Tower it is to the north. It is beginning to get dark. The moon is bright, however, so you're able to see quite effectively. And as the sun sets and the moon begins to rise, you arrive at the Wizard's Tower. Upon your arrival, you can hear a crackling fire and voices on the inside. Would you like to enter?
Should we
We probably,
maybe try to listen in first?
I mean, weren't we planning on using your fancy spell before we did our next bit of exploring?
Oh yeah, I can do that. So for 1 hour, we can all speak telepathically.
Right on.
Okay. So you can all speak telepathically. Would you like to enter the Wizard's Tower, or would you like to?
Is
Rico
there
would
a
say, "What you-"
window? Is there like a window or something I can have the Raven take a look?
You can. Yeah.
And so I'd have the
Riku-
Raven just perch on the windowsill and look in and see what we're walking into.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Riku would also say, "I can make us invisible if we need it, telepathically."
Well, first let's see what they are.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
The Raven perches up above on one of those rafter beams that still exists, and you can see the tower. It is quite destroyed and abandoned, similarly to the keep tower at the front gate. You do see three individuals, however. One who appears to be in charge, two with significantly less armor, sitting around a fire, speaking in a language I suspect none of you speak. I will double check that, but if anybody speaks Gith, you will understand their words.
Nope.
Okay, you don't understand what they're saying, but through your eyes, you can see these folk talking. Are you attempting to be stealthy?
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to be like a stealthy, casual bird.
No, I don't mean just the bird. I mean the four of you.
Yeah. The group
Yeah.
totally.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
Okay. Can you also give me a stealth check to be in this hiding spot?
Ooh, 19 with disadvantage.
Pretty good.
Oh shit.
Oh.
But it's not good enough as you hear a whistle from behind you. And the three individuals around the campfire pop up in an alert. You hear a from somewhere behind you. Go ahead and make perception checks.
Just cool 30, no worries.
You are able to make out a third Githyanki warrior hiding amongst the bush, whistling. The individuals, and I think we'll flip over to a map at this moment in time. I think that's probably appropriate.
A battle map.
A battle map. And I will place them. I'll place you all. Let's see. There are three of them in here, and they will begin to exit actually at this point in time. There is a third down in the bushes. I want to say here. And the lot of you are not all the way up, but in this space here. And so there is one sort of above you. And at the whistling, you can see Piccolo, Axel, sort of like duck into your backpack.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want? Says the one who appears to be in charge. It is a feminine voice and a form. And you can see that she holds a wand aloft
Yeah,
and a sword in her hand.
I step in front of everyone with like my hands open and like the "we mean you no harm." They're like, "Oh, we're just we're adventurers. We're just exploring the area. We heard there was a wizard's tower, so we just wanted to check it out. We don't mean you folks any harm."
Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh, 19.
19, pretty damn good. She sizes you up and down. You may come join warmth of the fire. But I ask, no more bird, no more spying.
Oh, you noticed my bird, huh?
The whistles.
I fly down and land on my shoulder.
Okay.
And
We just like
I'll
to
keep
get what
Umbra here in line.
we like to know what we're getting into before we approach folks. That's all. No harm intended.
You may join fire, but keep on other side, she says, as she begins to
Right.
wave you in.
Riku just kind of looks at the other two behind and kind of gives them the nod.
Can we still talk in like our heads to each other?
Yeah,
can.
totally.
Yeah.
It has
Oh,
definitely
man.
been, it's only been like 20 minutes, I would say.
Yeah, I so wanted to Spartan kick that one off of the cliff.
You still might have a chance.
Riku says, "No, not now, Axel. Just wait."
Actually, this one is going to stay here. And he will be keeping both he's going to be like sort of here, keeping a lookout on the lot of you as well as away from you, just to continue to take a lookout position. The individual before you, as you step into the ruins of this wizard's tower, it's pretty dilapidated, frankly. Many of the boulders exploded outwards. It looks like there was some sort of interior explosion that threw everything away. So very little has collapsed into the center of this tower. You can see, however, what appears to have once been make an Arcana check, Riku.
17.
Not only was this some sort of arcane teleportation circle, you believe that you would be able to travel back to this location if you so wished.
Boom. Hey,
Ooh.
Sir Venom. Riku nudges, points at the ground.
Oh, a teleportation circle. Look at that.
Perfect.
Fast travel location unlocked. All right.
Like turn to the Githyanki woman, which I probably haven't ever met any of these type of people before.
Okay.
So what brings you folks here? I've done a fair bit of traveling, but I've never met your people before. I'm very interested to hear your story.
She points the sword at you and says, "Kindness first." And then she points her hand holding the wand at herself and touches her chest, and she says, "Azima." You? Pointing the sword back at you all.
I take a nice bow. Like, my name is Sir Venom, cleric of the Raven Queen. These are my companions.
Yeah, Riku, he does a formal bow as well and says, "Riku, and these are my lads, the roosters," and gestures to Vincent and Axel.
Roosters. Like the bird that struts on the Sword Coast?
Riku nods and then gestures up towards Sir Venom's bird. He's like, "We have a thing for birds, if you haven't noticed."
I punch Riku in the arm. Like, I told you they're gonna confuse us that name for us with chickens.
No.
No,
Good
we're
creatures.
brave. Yes, we're brave. And we're up
There.
early at the dawn Just like this painting here, Riku points at the ground.
They are good creatures. Tasty food, tasty bodies. You can see
Hey,
that
don't
her.
get any ideas.
You can see that the Githyanki's teeth are pointed. They're interesting folk, frankly. Well muscled. The sinew of their arms and legs. It doesn't bulge in terms of the muscles, but they are incredibly agile looking. The individual before you, Azima, she has what appears to be probably mithril armor on her forearms, her
Oh,
legs,
damn.
along with leathers and shielded areas. The
Well
others,
equipped.
yeah, their blades appear magical in nature, probably +1 long swords or scimitars, whatever they are, along with whatever wand she holds and other items and artifacts are on their bodies. The fire between the lot of you gives enough light that you can see all of this quite well, and the guard holds his post. Azima says, "Why you come here?"
Well,
Oh,
we heard about a few different um let's say points of interest around here, and we're just merely investigating them before we work up the courage to take a look at the dragon more closely, perhaps even if it came down to it, slay it if we had to.
She gives you
What
a look.
and then what about you? Are you guys traveling like us? We're passing through and just we were told that we would get a great prize if we were to slay this dragon, so we're considering it.
Mm.
One of the
Riku.
warriors steps forward. He has a hiss to his voice. You wish to slay those who deserve our honor? And Azima sort of sticks her sword out
Yeah.
across him to stop him from moving forward.
Riku.
Apologies, Azima.
Yeah.
Do you
Steps
work
back.
do you work for this guy? Points up the hill towards dragon.
Mechalath? No, we do not work for him.
Good.
Githyanki and Red Dragons work together, side by side.
Hmm.
Neither is slave or master, but partner. In our hunt of the astral sea for the Gake.
Oh,
I'm
man.
sorry.
But
The what?
I thought dragons were seeking riches. What do you mean partners?
On this plane of existence, dragons do seek riches, like Mechalath. But where we are from, clutches of red dragons are our friends, mentors, and partners in our eternal hunt for the things that you call squid heads, mind flayers, those
Ah,
who would assimilate.
yes. We've read about their kind.
Not fans.
Good.
They sound pretty terrible.
So the red dragons from your realm seem like they're better than the ones here. So are you friends or foe with this one?
We are neither. We came here to seek Mechalath's help. He could help us in the astral plane. Instead, it is our understanding he prefers to sit on his hoard.
Ah,
But if
so
he
you
could
have
be persuaded,
Mm.
so you have no desire to seek his help further if you or have you not tried yet?
We have tried.
Ah,
He does not wish to leave his hoard, is our understanding. He respects the ancient ties between Githyanki and Red Dragon, and seems to despise the Gaik unto himself. He speaks of aberrations from far places. Says that this is what this place is about. She sort of like holds her hands aloft, like pointing at the walls around her.
so what makes you stay here?
We were told not to return unless it was with Mechalath. So we stay, and we age on material plane. This place called Faerun Yuhaun.
Maybe we can help Mekalath, come to the decision that he wants to leave with you. Our quest,
I
the quest that was given to us wasn't necessarily to slay the dragon. It was just to,
Yeah,
to
to
get
get
him
him
to
outta
stop
here.
But
pillaging the
what
countryside.
if his clutch went missing or stolen?
his hoard.
Yeah.
She sort of pauses and thinks. If he have no treasure, he have no reason to stay. This not the worst idea, Mr. Turtle Man? Or are you
First that
Rooster?
word.
I'm very confused.
He's both.
I'm
Oh,
I'm Turtle, part of the Rooster Gang, and trying to be a Raven.
uh, this coast, this Blade Coast, so confusing. Ugh. Frankly, if you steal his treasure and that make him want to come with us, I would be eternally grateful, and so would Gith people. And she sort of points to the two warriors behind her.
What if we tell him that he has to go with you or we kill him?
This would also be acceptable.
Hmm.
I would prefer not to know details, but frankly, we would much prefer you do not kill him.
But you understand our situation here, right?
Uh,
We were told to make him leave, and if we can't make him leave, then this is our only option, right? And then that sort of frees you if he's dead. Then you get to leave too. Everyone's happy. Riku smiles.
She sort of scowls, says, "Happiness is relative. I will have failed my mission. I will return without Mekalath."
But not
But it
your
won't be your
fault.
fault. Yeah, he died.
Mekhaleth
All right.
died because he was too proud and or in this case, a
Too
coward.
weak.
He doesn't want to help you. Yeah.
That may not make much of a difference to her superiors or other members of her culture.
There's other red dragons, I'm sure.
The Knight of Poison speaks correct. Does not matter to my superiors whether I return with him or not if he is dead. I must return with Mekalath alive.
To you
Riku
problem.
shrugs.
But we
Aw.
could probably help you with it.
We'll try.
And you say he's so Mekalath would be a native to your plane of existence, correct?
No,
Yeah,
not
what do
exactly.
you gotta help us do this? What kind of
Perhaps okay,
what kind
perhaps
of
this.
what are
Perhaps
you
we can
throwing
strike a
into
deal
this?
with him. That if he works for you, that we'll pay him or something. I don't know.
What kind of incentive are you offering him? We can offer him a lack of,
Why don't you just kill him on
we
this
could
side and
threaten him.
revive him on the other side?
There you go.
They kind of stare at you, Axel, as you say that. We have contemplated this, but we don't believe we have enough arms nor abilities to do so.
To kill him?
Is there
Correct.
Well, come with us. We could do it together easy.
Do you know of the salamanders about?
Huh?
Go say again.
And she
Those
describes
little lizards from the river.
larger, much larger. She describes these like 8 to 9 foot tall fire salamanders that seem to be creatures that slither in and out of the lava in the way that you would expect a salamander to slither in and out of a mountain stream. And yet they move about and they are clearly beings of fire on some level that are guardians and protectors of Mekalath.
Huh.
Huh.
We don't know about these fire creatures, but we fear them not. They're merely a stepping stone on the way to Mekalath.
And she begins to laugh, and some of the two other warriors begin to laugh. The other one who's down by the ledge sort of like glances over and just to
You,
make sure
you think
everything's
we're
okay.
a joke? We're mighty warriors, I'll have you know.
Yes, the roosters, indeed. Look, we
I
would
told
help.
you the name was stupid.
Look,
We will help if you so wish. If you truly so wish to slay the dragon,
mhm.
we will be there.
Yes,
We will guard
we
your
wish.
back from salamanders.
We wish.
Um,
If it comes to it.
we
Yeah, I
gotta.
was just gonna say we're gonna. The easier route would be to convince them to leave.
We gotta like bait him off of the rooftop where the lava
Then
is, away
can
from
we
his
make
protectors.
it
Well, we
we
can
make
kill the
his
salamanders.
stash
Easy.
like disappear
Sorry,
like
say that again, Vincent.
magically? Like I was just asking it like tactically, could we like make it disappear like even magically? Like, like illusionary.
Make what disappear?
All of his stuff.
Oh, his treasure hoard?
Yeah. Like a bait and switch type thing. Like we
I
make
don't
him
know.
think like all his shit's
I thought
gone.
I think I can
It'd be
only
like a whole
cast
heist.
it on creatures. Visibility.
I'm just asking in any other crazy
I
option.
yeah.
Like
I don't
hide
know
it
if
on him.
I don't know if he would if the
I think
dragon
he'd
would
probably be
buy
able
that.
to see through that.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
thinking
like
an Ocean's 11 heist right now.
that's like trying to fool a beholder with like a fake
Yeah.
stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's smart.
Well, no, we tried that in Waterdeep and it went terribly. We ended up in a dungeon.
Alistair didn't end up in a dungeon.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, let's we should all team up and kill the dragon. I think it's a great idea, fellas.
Yeah.
You're
Let's
trying to
do
convince
it.
him to leave first.
And yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
if he even if he defeats us, like they'll just send an even stronger group after him until they do finally take him down.
There was like 24 Minotaurs in that camp.
Yeah, but they're all nerds.
I mean, I feel like a nerdy Minotaur is still probably still
You,
can
you
do
hear
something.
you hear Azima asking the warriors, "What is nerd?"
Hey, how about this? How about you guys come back with us and meet our friends the Minotaurs, and maybe they'll come help us fight the dragon.
We know of these newcomers to the abandoned village. They do not look like warriors to us.
Yeah, that's what
Damn.
a nerd is.
Some of them might be.
Ah.
Yeah, they carry books. Yeah, that's what a nerd is. Books, Rico shows them a book. One of these.
Yeah.
Understand. And she actually pulls out like what appears to be a disc, which she turns some dials on. It has like multiple layers of dials on the inside, and it projects words almost like through a minor illusion
Whoa!
upwards
That is so
in the
cool.
tabular form. She goes, "These are what we hold instead."
Oh,
What the
where would we get one of those? That is
Yeah, where'd
really
you get
neat.
that doodad?
Oh, these are Githyanki tech. Would you call us nerds for this?
Yes.
Now we are holding that big ass sword. I wouldn't.
Yeah, they're from like outer
I
space.
guess we are nerds. She says, looking back at the other two Gith.
All right.
What
All right,
about
well, they basically said the Minotaurs are pussies, so they don't want their help, and let's go kill the dragon.
Do
what
you-
have you found anything of use in this tower? We were told a wizard used to live here.
Yes, and she pulls out some parchment scraps. She says, "My understanding that Wizard Vendemar live here. Long dead. Tower exploded. Some sort of comet went by. Tower exploded. Not much else here, frankly." She sort of looks around. I think this was teleportation circle.
You think correctly.
It was.
And then
I know not. What else?
So I'm going to I tell like Azima, like I'm gonna cast a spell that lets me detect any magical items, magical spells in the area. Not just want to give you a heads up, not doing anything sketchy.
You
Riku
promise?
just holds his Riku
Promise.
just holds his hand up like so that Sir Venom can't hear, so she can hear. Says he's just gonna sniff around.
What do you mean sniff?
Then Riku goes.
She sort of like smells her armpits and she goes, "We smell fine."
No, he's gonna smell for magic items. That's all.
I have a spell that lets me smell magic, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So then I would cast ritual cast detect magic, and kind of check out the area, go up to whatever this is over here, see if I get any hits. I'll keep my eyes open too to see if like I notice like runes or trapdoors or anything
Yeah.
that looks out of place.
Make an investigation check as you do so.
Oh, that was so close to being a 20. 16.
I mean, nothing jumps out at you. Frankly, the area feels destitute of any magical auras. Yeah, it's a pretty closed off, non-magical space at this point.
Well, I think you were right. That explosion took out anything that was in this tower.
Seems like it.
She sort of nods. You know, allies generally trust one another.
Well, I wanted to make sure that you guys didn't miss anything. I'm very partial to perform my own investigations.
Yes, he's very thorough.
As you
All
will.
right.
Don't be offended.
So are we
it's
all
just
working
a-
together? We all working together?
Yes.
We
yes,
are
Axel.
willing to go through with this plan if you are able to do two things. One, before killing the dragon, give him the chance to join us. If he then
Okay.
refuses, only then if he refuses, may you kill him. And if you kill him, you will procure for us Scroll of Restoration and Revivication.
I already have one.
Oh.
You have Scroll of
Perfect.
Revivication?
That's right. I have
d-
a
d-
I have a revivify scroll on me.
And how long can they be dead for? Is it 1 minute or is it longer?
I think it's a minute. Let me
That's
double
a
check.
minute.
That sounds about right. I'll just double check.
It is a minute.
Yeah,
I have
1
the
minute.
spell too.
Okay.
1 minute.
And so they say, if you're willing to give us that, if you must kill the dragon, then we shall not fight you.
Fair.
All right. Yeah. Axel spits in his hand and reaches to shake the hand of.
This is customary from our people.
She does a snot rocket into her hand and then shakes.
Oh, yeah. Axel will shake to that.
Perfect. Riku puts his hand on each of their shoulders. We have an accord.
We have agreement, yes. When shall we ascend to the hilltop? Now?
That or perhaps 8 hours. I don't know. It seemed like
At
we
sun
might
up.
want to lick a couple of our wounds before we ascend.
Yeah. It's
Perhaps
sun.
at daybreak.
Yeah. Sun's going down. We should do this battle at sunrise.
Meet you where at dawn? Tell us where.
Right here. Riku's like, in fact, I have a more comfortable space than this for us, and he'll cast Lehman's tiny hut.
Okay. So you want to camp here for the night with the Githyanki?
That's right.
All right. You cast Lehman's tiny hut. You're able to. They ask you to sort of do it off to the side. They don't
Oh,
necessarily.
you're
want to join.
welcome to join us.
Damn. No, they don't
And
want.
they want to be by the campfire. They want to do their own thing.
Yeah.
I insist.
Let them do their thing.
You know what, here,
I
you
mean-
can have your own. No, I can only do one at a time, probably.
Axel gently whispers into Riku's mind.
All right, fine. We'll give them their space.
Okay. So you all can take a long rest. Let's take our 5-minute break at this point. I think Vincent is stepped away anyways. You wake up fully refreshed, so go ahead and hit that long rest button if you've not done so already. One of the Gith are actually watching over you. They are keeping watch. So if there's anything in particular you would like to do in between now and dawn, go ahead and say it.
I would.
No, just I would bond with what's his name? No. Sir Venom, and tell him You know, after we fight this dragon and do all this, we got to go to those islands.
Gotcha.
Really s-
And do you mean after Waterdeep, or do you mean after conquering Gardmore Abbey?
Probably Gardmore Abbey,
Okay.
but I don't know. Obviously depends on the group.
You would say, what a
But I know
couple of
Sir
third
Venom
brains over there.
But I know Sir Venom wants to go, so I'm gonna get him on my side to get that going.
Gotcha.
I want to talk to Piccolo and let him know things are gonna get kind of weird, get kind of crazy. And I gotta teach him. I want to teach him how to be stealthy. So if anything happens to me, he can get out. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you're still sort of teaching him to do a number of different things, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And where did we land on that? Did he have a certain number of trainings that you needed to give him to be able to do certain
There
things?
wasn't really a set. It was. I think we're just winging it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I just
Can you
want to
give
make
me
sure.
an animal handling check on that?
Yeah.
And you can speak to him, so you get advantage on this.
So 17.
Pretty good. His ability to run, duck, dodge, hide, dive, duck, dodge is pretty good at this point. You know, you keep throwing wrenches at him, he's pretty good at dodging out of the way, and you feel a little better about his ability to duck and cover.
Nice. All right.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do before we head towards the hilltop?
Fuck up this dragon.
Yeah.
No,
We.
basically, I suppose when we would
Yeah.
we
What's up?
start getting closer, I would
Oh, I was on mute that
I
whole
would
time.
I
Oh,
would
did you not know?
No, I had no idea.
Come
It's been
on,
like
man.
since the break. But it's Vincent. I agree. We should go to the Were Raven Roost.
Is there anything else you want to say or do, Sir
Um,
Venom?
yeah, I want to tell Azima that if we do end up having to kill the dragon, I have a spell that I can cast on him that will extend the amount of time that they'll be able to cast Revivify on him. So they will have longer than a minute.
Oh, nice. Do you have gentle repose?
Yep.
Wow. All right. Okay. And for
How long
you,
does it give you then when you do that?
10 days.
Oh, that's huge for them. You could like totally bring them wherever they need to bring them.
I'm noticing the cleric doesn't have any like attacking spells. But I got all my buffs set up.
What was there was that one move that Aeroth did a lot when he was a cleric. What was that spell?
An offensive one?
Yeah.
maybe guiding bolts.
Guiding bolt sounds right.
Oh yeah, I do have that.
not only is
For-
that a half decent little bolt of a spell, it gives the next attack advantage.
Which is nice.
Sure does.
In between, I always end up using all my turns for like the buffs and the heals. But I'll keep
Yeah,
that
I
in my
feel like
back
I never
pocket.
have advantage. How do I get advantage?
Question.
Gotta figure
Good
that out.
question.
By going after Sir Venom after he casts Guiding Bolt.
All right. So to the Dragon's Roost or elsewhere?
Let's
I
do
guess
it. What's
go.
do we have a plan? Like
I'm gonna try to blind it
okay.
Well,
off with my first shot.
Well, Rico's
It
gonna try to
probably
talk
won't
to her,
work.
right? To
There's a
try to
chance
get
it
it to
does.
convince it to join the
Negotiations are over, Riku.
Githyanki people.
Yeah, I think we have to do that, or else the Githyanki will turn on us, and we'll have to fight them and the dragon.
All right.
So I say we try to convince them, let them know that Or maybe tell him that like while he's gone, like we'll make sure no one touches his hoard or something. Like we'll hold on to it for him or something.
While you guys are talking to him, like, I could like get into like pounce position in case negotiations go terribly wrong, and then I can just like
Sure.
jump on him or something.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be at a distance at
I
you
can
know,
make
with my
you guys
bow.
invisible if
And
you want.
well, I'll be uninvisible once I shoot it, so it doesn't matter.
But it's just to get a better setup for the.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm getting close to him, I would love to be invisible.
All right.
Alright, you can invisible him and get up close. I'll stay far away. I don't need to be invisible.
You know, I'm pretty sure. Basically, out of game, I'm pretty sure dragons can see invisible people, but we wouldn't know that.
Oh,
Exactly. Cares?
okay.
If it makes him feel better, we're gonna do it. You know?
I know. I
We're
mean,
making him invisible and going.
At least there's
All
a
right.
dragon somewhere that can see invisible people. I have no idea if that applies to all of them.
Yeah. Well, I thought by Riku offering it that was him
It's
thinking it
at
was a
least
good
worth a
idea.
shot.
Matter.
Like an ancient elder dragon or something. I'm sure.
Well, I can
has,
already do my stealth at advantage, so I don't even know if what would be the benefits of being invisible. Just like so
It
I
would
can't.
like lower the DC that you have to pass.
Yeah, so you would suspect that it would give you advantage on stealth checks, but invisibility is odd because generally speaking, you have to know that you're looking for something to roll a perception check, right?
Okay. Oh. All right. Yeah. I'll do it.
He's like understood.
Riku already offered it, and I already accepted it. So
I'll make you invisible and turn my sword on, and then also I can this doesn't matter. I have comprehend languages, but I don't think that'll really matter here. I assume the dragon will speak common if we actually talk to it. But...
and rage does rage count as a spell?
Rage does not count as a spell.
All right, cool. So right before, yeah. So I can be in. Yeah, I'll try to time that. So there's like a split second where I'm invisible and raging, so that I can start.
You can technically rage and still be invisible.
Nice. Okay. All right, let's do it. We got a plan. Riku's gonna distract him with words, and then me and Vincent will start attacking him.
Okay.
Once we get the signal that it's not working.
Sure.
Yeah, your signal to start firing will be me going in for some blade attacks.
Axel appearing out of nowhere and
There'll be a good signal. So I'm gonna get when we get there. I'm gonna get to a distance.
I still
and,
I haven't
set up,
decided if I actually want to
ready
get
my
on his
action.
back. Because if I get on his back and then he starts flying, and then he just kind of dumps me off of his back, and I'm dead.
It'd be
So
hilarious.
yeah, oh, it'd be
Pretty
so funny.
epic.
Yeah, it's so funny if I just go flying off of a dragon when he's like 100 feet in the air.
The dragon's roost.
I'm pretty sure I don't have feather falling anymore. So
Wish I had water arrows.
I don't
Gotta
have
fight
feather falling anymore.
salamanders first, boys.
Can bards change their spells too?
When I level,
Oh,
Okay.
That's
As you
something.
begin to ascend the hill, you see several things: lava slowly bubbling and boiling over the buildings, the outbuildings, sort of looking in disrepair, but also dragon claw tracks all about. You can sort of see inside some of the buildings ever so slightly, but for the most part, they are dark inside. The dawn of the morning providing enough light so that it's difficult to see too deep, more than 5 feet, into the building itself. You can see salamanders, enormous creatures, moving and writhing across the lava, spears of some sort in hand, their fiery form noticing you swiftly. Azima leading the way, the other Gith flanking you and rotating in sort of a circular pattern around you as you ascend the hill, fanning out in different ways. Azima halts before the salamander and bows and says, "They've come to speak with the master." Now, before we go into this, I just want to be clear about a few things. Axel, you are invisible, is that correct?
Uh, did
How long does it last?
It's good for an hour.
yeah, sure. If Riku, I mean, it's Riku's spell.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
Okay.
Riku, you are concentrating on invisibility.
Correct.
All right. Vincent, are you also invisible? So are you upcasting it, Riku?
Vincent said he didn't
Uh,
want to be.
I don't need to be now.
Do we? Is the dragon? Do we see the dragon on the roof still, or is he?
You do not see the dragon anywhere.
All right, then I would be. While they're talking to the salamanders, I'll go sneak.
Okay. You can do that. Is there anything
I
else? Any other
also
spells?
I would have prepped the telepathic bond before we left too. Especially if Axel can be invisible sneaking off. That way he can still talk to us.
Pretty big.
Gotcha. Does that
Should I?
require concentration?
It does not.
Okay.
And should I include the Githyanki in that or no?
No.
It's up to you.
No.
No.
Yeah, just us.
Yeah.
So we'll do a
And
quick cutscene back to the tower as you guys huddle up for your morning meal. You all toss your arms around each other, touch your heads together, and as you do so, you boink into each other's thoughts.
And then also I was thinking because I was gonna summon my celestial Raven Knight. It's good for an hour. Do we think that's think we should do that now or wait and save it for when the dragon actually shows up?
What? It's just a summoned thing.
Yeah, but it's my 5th level spell, and I only have one 5th level slot, so it's like my one shot high level spell.
To you, man.
Is that
That's all.
a planar ally, basically?
It's just summon celestial is the name of the spell. The
Gotcha.
celestial spirit
Might
stat
not end up
block.
fighting the dragon.
Yeah, I'll
Who
save it.
knows?
Okay. Would you like to be led towards the dragon at this point in time?
We would.
But to be
Alright.
clear, all my sword stuff is going, so I'm holding like a spectacular looking flaming sword. Because
Gotcha.
my helmet also adds like another layer of flame to the sword.
Okay. And Axel, are you going to be stealthing off Alistair style? Like, what's your plan here?
no, well, it sounds like they're getting led to the dragon, right? And I just want to
Yes.
know I would like to know where they're going, because if they're going right to the
Okay.
dragon, they're going where I want to go. So
I mean, this salamander is immediately going to lead you to this area here, and he's going to begin to go inside.
Must be-
So if you want to follow or if you want to do something different, like you may, but
yeah, I'll follow them for now. Is this like a dragon-sized door? Like, how could a dragon get in this building?
this is a dragon-sized door.
Oh my god!
And
Oh,
not only is it a dragon-sized door,
You have
but
a
you can
house?
see a dragon-sized horde
and there's a
with an
roof.
enormous dragon. Yeah, there is a roof.
Nice.
There's an enormous dragon sleeping sort of at the back of the horde.
What was his name again?
Mechalath. And as you enter, you're all sort of following this salamander. The salamander will lead you to this point. If you're going, if you're going to follow, you may follow. Axel, if there's something else you would prefer to do instead, you may do that.
I have a question about the interior. Is this one level, or is there like a second level with like is this like an abbey? So is this like a church, or what is this building?
Yeah, this was the temple. And this is just one, there's just one level here. So the ceilings are high, they are large and ornate. And as you enter, you can see that there are cloistered areas to the left and right. with some sort of bays in them. There is some sort of space back behind, maybe this way and this way, as well as some sort of room in the back in the dark. There is an altar at one end and an enormous pile of gold, gems, and most likely what appears to be magic items, swords, armor, and other things amidst the area.
Okay. And there's not even like a ledge I could climb up to. Like, is there? I want to what I want to do is like climb on top of something so when fighting starts, I can just actually like just drop on them. Like,
Make a
is there?
perception check.
Top rope.
Yeah, off the top rope. 16.
Owlbear off the top rope. All right. It looks like you can see that there is an area, in particular off of the altar, where you could probably yeet onto the back of the dragon if you so wished.
Oh, I wish. I definitely wish.
Okay.
So
What I
while
would
they're
ask from you then is to do a stealth check at advantage
all right.
to skirt around the gold and get up onto the altar.
Okay. 25.
Yeah,
After
I
seeing
mean,
his
you
horde,
think you do so quietly, so you can place yourself wherever you would like on the altar here.
Yeah, like around the corner.
Give
Okay.
the right guy invisibility.
As the rest of you approach, and I would say you may get no closer than this. The salamander is in front, to be clear. So the salamander is the lead. Azima is here, and she is going to speak first per her understanding. Um, the warriors are actually giving space, and from what you can tell, that they are actually like sort of keeping an eye back towards the door for more salamanders in case there's any more fighting that breaks out. Um, there is one salamander that's currently not guarding but patrolling the area. So far as you know, you don't see any others. Um, I will give you a little bit more view into some of these cloistered areas now that you're in different spots. So you can see back further. Is there anything you would like to do before we begin Azima's negotiations? And she's going to hand it over to you, Riku.
No, I got nothing.
Okay.
Just ready to talk with the dragon.
And the salamander smacks its glaive upon the floor several times. And the dragon's eyes, one lid, a second lid, open one after the other. It stretches like a cat, front limbs forward, back arched, tail up in the air, swishing. Axel, you have to duck ever so slightly so that the tail does not smack you and knock you off the altar.
Axel ducks.
And as you do so, you can hear a guttural, terrifying noise, which you simultaneously recognize as laughter and something toying. It will come forward here and lie across the pile of gold. And the pile of gold is like a mound, right? It's higher in the center, 5 to 8 feet in the center, and then splays out like any proper mound of treasure would. And it splays across this so that its head is facing a lot of you, looking at you all. You can sort of see the sleekness of its body back going down over the mound, but it's mostly just its head that's visible to the lot of you. Axel, its back is entirely open and vulnerable to you. Its wings curled up to the side so that its back is completely open, but there nonetheless. And as it continues to produce this sort of snorts, and you see smoke pillow from its nostrils. Azima, you return. What is it you wish this time? And she steps forward and she says, "Oh, great Mekaloth, same as before. We wish your help on the Astral Sea. You say you honor me and my people, as well as our treaties. I ask you come with me, please. These adventurers also seek you to leave for different reasons. We have asked their help in convincing you to move on. And she sort of points forward at this point to Riku. The salamander's moved aside at this point. It is sort of standing, waiting for instructions. Riku.
Riku comes forward and then does a bow. Says, "Great Mekalath, I see you've massed quite the horde here."
Indeed.
And then it'll say, "No doubt, you've collected plenty from this land, and that is why I'm here, why they're here." Signals back to the Giths, his group. He's like, "I come from a big city of people, and we've got word of your presence, and the people in the countryside are not very pleased, unfortunately, with you being here. So I've also run into these people here. They've mentioned that you and them have a bond of sorts, and that this bond, if fulfilled and as your whatever your ancient ties are, that would take you away from here, and that would do our lands and our people a great good. And if you're willing to part ways only for, temporary, it doesn't have to be permanent, mind you. We can protect this land and keep it as it is now for your return."
Halfway through your speech, he begins cleaning his teeth with one of his enormous claws from his front left nails. Or he begins, and as he's cleaning his teeth, he sort of looks at you and he says, "Big city, eh? Doesn't
Yes,
happen to be Neverwinter."
it might be.
Roll deception check.
A 16.
Let's see. Okay. He sort of looks at you and says, "Fair enough if you don't wish to tell. But know this. Those in Neverwinter wish to see me gone for their own reasons beyond protecting cows." And he sort of points over in the corner, and you can see like a pile of like cow bones over here.
Yeah. Well, why
What
is
is it
that, you
that
say?
you want? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, why do you say that? You believe they have other motives besides protecting their lands?
Roll persuasion check.
28.
He's got that big guttural, awful sounding laugh once again. He sort of splays himself out like a cat a little bit. "Indeed they do, young one. Indeed they do."
Riku looks at his pile of gold and looks at him. He says, "It's a nice pile, but mine's larger that I have back home." He's like, this doesn't really impress me much.
Roll an
like-
intimidation check.
He's just baiting the dragon.
23.
And he sort of snorts and he says, "I don't believe it. But if it is, then maybe it will someday be mine. Do you wish
Maybe.
to know about Neverwinter or not, young one?"
Yes,
Do
I
you
do.
know? You know the man, or rather the dwarf Baroque Klanghammer?
Indeed.
Do you know the story of Daggle to Neverember, when he stole the dragons from Waterdeep?
I do not. I've heard stories, but I don't know how much truth they hold.
Fair
Rumors,
enough.
what I've heard.
Then know this. If it's true what you say about your own hoard of gold, whatever Lord Neverember has is 100, 1,000 times that. For that is no man. Lord Neverember is a dragon in disguise.
Get out of here.
Don't believe me? Go back to Neverwinter and ask if anybody has seen Lord Neverember and Barak Clanghammer in the same place at the same time.
Are you saying they're one and the same?
Indeed, and both of which are forms of a dragon named Aranox, Gold Dragon, who once guarded a vault for Lord Neverember.
Interesting.
Would we have heard stories about that? Because wasn't that our last campaign or a couple campaigns ago? Finding that vault for the people of Never, for like the people in charge.
If you are Water Davian, I will allow you to roll a history check.
I am
So in this
not.
case, I think at least Axel. I don't know who else.
14.
Yeah,
14.
Axel. You've definitely heard these stories across the city of Waterdeep. They became famous due to a group called Prestige Worldwide, who recovered the dragons stolen by Lord Neverember, and that upon doing so, Volotham Gedarm told their story across the city. And when he told their story, they told a story of a gold dragon guarding the horde that Prestige Worldwide nearly defeated and killed, but that they left alive.
Hmm.
A few years after, Daggalt Neverember was in Neverwinter, and his demeanor drastically changed. Riku, you know this. Your father has told you these stories. Daggalt Neverember seemed to change for the better of the populace. That his desire was to help the city of Neverwinter greatly. And ever since then, your father was unable to gain the foothold and manipulate his way into power, so that he wished.
Interesting.
Okay.
Is Axel able to talk in the head without like that's not considered like magic or whatever?
Totally fine.
All right, yeah. What do we in your head, Riku? You hear Axel asking, "What are we doing?"
Riku says back telepathically. Hold on. Riku's like, that is interesting. You say that. Are you also able to change your shape?
And he sort of seems, you see like a flash of fire behind the eyes for a moment. Not yet. That
Not
said,
yet.
the reason I tell you this is for a very specific cause. Instead of coming here at the request of Gold Dragon to slay me, why not work with me and help me take the 1,000 times gold that I know Daggalt Neverember holds?
Help you take it.
Indeed. And once I take it, I'll be gone. I'll have all the gold I need, and in fact, I'll take half of that with me to assist our friend Azima here and her people in their eternal fight.
Half,
Or with a
huh?
telepathic bond, Sir Venom would say, like, that's not a terrible deal, you guys.
Half sounds very familiar, does it not, gentlemen? Riku would say in his mind's eye. And then Riku would, he kind of had his sword like down on the ground, like his hand resting on it. And now he would take it and put it on his shoulder and say, I don't think I really like all this half business until we cut you in half.
Oh, and Axel interprets that as a signal,
Yes.
and silently rages, and then goes to
Make an
wait,
athletics check.
yeah.
Is this, I feel like this is going to make the Githyanki turn on us as well. Just
Maybe.
like deciding to like kill him instead of work with him.
Yeah. So I was raging when I did it, so I rolled at advantage and got a
31.
yeah, I got a nat 20 on it. So
Oh yeah.
pretty big.
You are on the dragon's back, and that's where you will start.
And does that
what-
count as a could I use assassin to my assassinate ability?
I'll allow that.
Yeah, because I haven't used that yet, and I wanted to. So I would have with my dagger. So I'm on him with a dagger. My +1 dagger out to try to stab him. Yes.
Does it have to be with your dagger, or do you just want to do it with your dagger?
Well, I figure if I'm because I'm gonna have to be holding on to him, and
Gotcha.
yeah, I don't want to. And I don't know if I can use my two-handed weapon, but I just think like it would make more sense to use my
Sure.
dagger.
And you get a crit sneak attack too, wouldn't you?
Shit. So I think it's a 16. Does a 16 hit him?
A 16 is not a hit, but you get oh, you did take advantage.
Yeah.
Um.
I mean, remember we have session inspirations for a move this cool.
I gotta do this. I gotta do the inspiration. Yeah, come on.
I mean, I'll give you an extra. You can use this inspiration, and I'll give you an inspiration because you're literally jumping onto the back of a dragon.
All right. Well, that was a
It's pretty,
27.
yeah.
So
Pretty
And what I would also say is use your axe on the first turn at least, like because you're like leaping onto the back of the dragon.
yeah.
Use your axe on this one.
All right. Well, sure. We'll do the 27. And
So that's a hit.
we'll pretend that was with the axe. But then, ooh. All right. I was just thinking, would I do more damage? Because I get the auto crit. And then it was like, would I do more damage with an auto crit with the axe or critting with the dagger and then also doubling the sneak attack damage? And do the math on that.
Are you great weapon mastering them too?
I don't know. I can't sneak attack damage with the great axe though. That's
I see. The dagger has to be finesse.
yeah.
You will get more damage with the dagger because it's an auto crit.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do the dagger then since we want the most of our damage. So it's 10 plus 2 for because I'm raging, and then
Yep.
auto
And then it's
critting.
4d6 or 2d6 times 2.
Yeah, I can just automatically roll crit damage on the
Nice.
sneak attack. So 19 plus 2, so 21. And that's just surprise round.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah.
So now I would say then, so that's going to kick off combat. Go ahead and roll initiative, everyone.
What a maneuver.
It's
Pretty good.
I'm just
I rolled a 1.
rolling the
Oh
20s.
I'm
no.
rolling terrible dice right now too. But
That's like the third or fourth one tonight.
Okay. Funny enough, Axel, so you did 22 damage, 21 damage to the dragon?
21, yep.
Okay. You also get to go first, and you are on the back of the dragon. You don't need to do anything at the moment
Yep.
to retain to like stay on the back of the dragon. You're good,
Mhm.
but at some point you will have to.
Yep.
So go ahead. What would you like to do?
All right. So dagger out, stabbing at him, doing it. I'm absolutely reckless.
Okay. And you're no longer invisible as well, by the way.
Yeah. So 24 to hit.
That's a hit.
You're no longer concentrating.
Gotcha.
6, and do I, since this is like a fresh round, do I get my sneak attack on this?
You do. It has not yet attacked.
Yeah.
Has not yet taken a turn.
So 6 plus 6 plus 2. So we're looking at 14 on the first attack.
Okay.
And then we're gonna roll for our extra attack.
And with the first attack, you go in with the dagger, stabbing it straight through one of the scales. Your second attack is through the same spot, so you're just like stabbing up and down.
Yeah, like a maniac. And then so 22
Madman.
hit.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So 8, and then okay, so I don't get the sneak attack on my second attack. So that's 10 for attack number 2. So total, that is 14, 24, I think.
Okay. Pretty good. Is there anything else you would like to do? Movement? bonus action?
No, we're just gonna piss off the dragon.
All right. And you are on top of the dragon, stabbing away. Sir Venom, what would you like to do?
I am going to summon my celestial friend.
Do you have a token for that, or do you need one from me?
Oh, I do. Nice raven theme. I'm gonna make him big because he's celestial.
Sweet.
Let's see, and what's the range? 90 feet. So I think I can summon him like right on top.
Your name
of
is
the
still
dragon.
Uriel.
Oh, I just noticed that.
Yeah.
I'll change that when my turn's over. So I'll summon like right on top of the dragon. I want him within 10 feet of Axel.
Okay.
And then let's see, I summon the defender version. So celestial makes number of attacks equal to half the spell level. So that's 2 attacks. Spell modifier to hit. So here's attack number 1. The 13, I'm guessing that misses.
Yes, it does. Yep.
Here's attack number 2 with a 23.
That's a hit.
All right, let's see. 1d10 plus 8. So 16 radiant damage. And then Axel gets 4 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Sorry, how much radiant damage? Did you say 16?
Yep.
Okay. And 4
And
temp
then-
for Axel. Is that your full turn?
I still have my movement.
Gonna make this a little smaller.
So I will let's see, I have 30 feet. I'll go and I'll stick myself in between Riku and this guy, and then I'll yell over to Azima and be like, we tried to talk to him. If you help us, you'll still be able to get him back to your plane to help.
Roll a persuasion check.
Damn it. 6.
I mean, you have no idea if your check was successful or not. Is that your full turn?
That is my full turn.
Okay. It is Azima's turn. And she will yell. Oh, gosh, what do I want her to do?
What side are you on, Zima?
She will yell, I'm sorry, Mechalath, but you brought this upon yourself.
Oh, thank
And
God.
she will cast Telekinetic Bolt.
Ooh.
And that is going to miss. So that's going to be her turn. Wait, that's insane. She can make 3 of those? She can make 3 of these attacks. That's miss. And that one's a hit. And so the Telekinetic Bolt will hit Mechalath
Whoa.
for 29 points of damage.
And she could have hit that 3
Use me.
times.
3 of those?
Hey, good thing we didn't fight him when we were in that little tower.
I told you.
You didn't say
That's a good-
anything.
I did.
He said it telepathically.
Yeah, he said it
It's a
to
good thing
himself.
they didn't turn on us either.
So,
Oh,
so
yeah.
she's gonna yell that, and she's gonna yell, "I'm sorry, Mechalath, but you had a chance. You can still give up." And she will cast that at Mechalath, moving over in this direction, yelling, "Everyone spread out." That's going to be her turn. The Githyanki warriors are going to sprint out and begin to simply take on the salamander. And you can see that they're all flanking it and like trying to like get around it. I think that will probably be, yeah, the movement's 30 feet. That's like fine. For at least one of them can do an attack. And they will, let's see, will they do some damage to this thing with their great swords? Natural 20.
Ooh.
And wow, this one's going to do like decent damage at least. 17, 27, and then some psychic damage on top of it. 36. 36. 47 damage to this first salamander, which is now
God
bloodied.
damn.
Yeah, these guys are pretty good. The salamander in turn will attack these guys back. It will use its spear attack, which is going to hit. So, one of these guys might not be doing so well. 7, 10. And then its second attack will be with its tail. So you can see that it stabs and then whips around simultaneously if you're looking in that direction. And that is going to be for another 26 points of damage. So the battle is fierce and raging all over. Sir Venom, you have a salamander closing in on you. Its spear stabs forward.
That's a hit.
And it will do piercing damage instead, because it's using two hands. And that will be 21 points of damage. Its second attack with its tail, once it stabs at you, and as you begin to step back, 16, does that hit?
16 does not hit.
Okay. So it did do
Was
21 points of damage.
Was any of that fire?
Yes, 3 of that was fire.
Oh, sweet. Because I get half of that. So was it 19 damage total? The 16 and then half the 5?
Let me see. Yes, half the 5. So 3 points there. So it would be 19 total instead of 21. The others, this one is going to begin to close into this space. I'm going to say the others don't yet know about the battle, and that's going to bring us to Mechalath, I believe. Yes. Mechalath, and then we've got Vincent and Riku on deck. Mechalath is going to roar from the pain that is emanating from his back, and he is going to... What does a young red dragon do when he's pissed off? I mean, the thing that makes the most sense is that he is going to use his fire breath. And his fire breath is going to go... Let's see, which way do I want this to go? Ooh, he will move here. And I will leave Axel on top. Give me a moment. You are attached to the dragon, so he will move to this location. And then he will cast his fire breath like this to hit at least all of you motherfuckers. So Riku, Sir Venom, Azima, does your Celestial take a dexterity saving throw as well?
Yeah.
Has hit points. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for that. I will make it for Zima.
Oh, 21 for me. And a 12 for the Celestial.
Okay. Anybody that makes a 17 is going to take half damage.
Oh, big.
21. So it looks like Sir Venom, you failed, but you are going to take half damage anyways.
No, the first one was me, and the second one was the Celestial.
Oh,
We have
gotcha.
the same dex. We have the same dex score.
Gotcha. That's a lot of sixes there.
Oh my
58
goodness.
points of damage.
Oh,
So if you saved, you take half. If you failed, you take the full 58.
So would I take half of half with fire resistance?
Correct.
Okay.
So Celestial is gone.
29
Okay.
cut in half.
15. And let's see if it recharges. It got a 6, so it recharged. It's on a
Motherfucker.
five or a 6 that it recharges. That being said, that's going to be his entire turn. Axel, he moved. Can you please make a dexterity saving throw to stay on top?
yes. Does danger sense count for that?
What does danger sense do again?
It's a barbarian thing where if I, oh fuck, it would be features, class features, danger sense. You have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that you can see while not blinded. So,
Yeah, that's
all right,
good.
cool. Uh, 17.
That is good enough. You keep your
Nice.
footing and you do not fall off the dragon. All right. That is the dragon's turn. Vincent, what would you like to do?
See. Oh, there's two of them. So did they are they fighting the two of them out there? The two of the salamanders?
They are.
Or just one?
I mean, they're
They
one of
just
them is.
damaged the one though?
Yeah, that's right. They've only damaged the one, and the other one is ganging up on them.
Okay. Um yeah, we'll let them deal with them then, I guess. Alright. Then for me, I will try to clear this guy out. Alright, I'm gonna shoot at the salamander that's Sir Venom's messing with.
Okay.
Uh, 24.
That is a hit.
Okay. 12 damage.
12 damage to number to B. Okay.
And then take a follow-up shot, and we'll use our sniper shot, which I meant to do on the first one, but
That's going to be a hit, actually, with your sniper shot. So
so
22.
22 on that one.
That's pretty good. The creature's not bloodied, but you can see bits of its scales slough off, and instead of blood coming out, it's liquid. It's like lava that comes out.
Alright. And then I'll just move somewhere over here, get some sort of cover.
Okay.
With my panel over here.
Thanks for the assist, Sir Vincent. Sir Venom would yell out.
Anything else
We
you
still
can do?
We still telepathic.
Yes, you are.
Just fun. Anything for hello, Padre.
Gotcha. Riku, what would you like to do?
Um. Well, go. Let's do this. Riku's going to he's going to click his heels, which is a bonus action to engage his boots of speed.
Okay.
Now he's got double movement. And the thing that Vincent just shot was this thing right here, right?
Yes.
Was it something else?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That was right.
Okay. Riku's gonna move up over here. That was like 20 movement here. And he's gonna attack Worm Man's. He's gonna start
Alright.
poking him with the sword.
If you went over here, you'd get advantage.
It's okay.
Riku don't need no advantage.
The 19's a hit. Riku.
So there's that, and then I think I get a D6. My helmet. Yeah, D6. But this is fire damage, so he's probably resistant to this.
He is immune to the fire damage.
Okay, so then this doesn't count.
So 13.
13 radiant.
Okay.
Then my second attack. Looks like another hit.
Nice.
I can't do bard stuff because I used my bonus action for my boots. So yeah, I won't even roll the fire damage because it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's my action, some movement, my bonus action, and
Okay.
I got 40 more movement. I'm gonna go over yonder.
Okay.
That thing gets an opportunity attack if it wants, but it's at disadvantage.
Gotcha. It does want and a 16.
That hits.
It will do with two hands 11 points damage from the pierce and 1 from the fire.
Fire is a half.
Then no damage from the fire.
Okay. Ouchies.
And it's shouting, and as it shouts, you can see flames like coming up out of its mouth as it attacks you. Is there anything else you can do on this turn?
No, that's gonna be it.
All right. That brings us back to our hero on top, Axel.
All right. We're just dagger stabbing. Uh, 24.
That's a hit.
And then so 8, and then we're doing the sneak attack damage. So 8 plus 5 plus 2, so that's 15. So that's 13, then yeah, so 15 for
By
the
the way,
first.
the dragon is bloodied at this point.
Nice. Just because I know we're supposed to like give it the opportunity to submit. So yeah, we got to remember that. We got to like, yeah, part of the thing was all right. But I'm going for my second dagger stab. A 21 and 6 plus 2, so 8 more, so 23 total.
Okay. You have done 113 points of damage to the dragon.
Damn.
And it was bloodied around the time that you'd done about 90 points of damage.
All right.
All right. Finish him this round.
Yeah, go all in.
Yeah,
all good?
Oh yeah,
Is that your-
Axel's done.
We're gonna.
Okay. Sorry, what was that, Vincent?
No, I was just giving conjecture on. I thought I was gonna try help clearing out these salamanders. Then we were gonna have to really wolf down this dragon. That's why I didn't attack it earlier. That's all I was saying.
Gotcha. Sir Venom, what would you like to do?
Let's see. First, I am going to empower my raven friend. How do I unattach him from me? There we go. So I'm going to cast spiritual. Oh, god damn it! I'm going to cast spiritual weapon at 4th level. Actually, I guess he doesn't need to be behind him. So now that I just use like the raven as the spiritual weapon.
Sure.
So if I do it at 4th level, then I get 2d8 plus 6. So 10 force damage. Oh, I rolled a hit. And never mind that damage.
13 is a miss.
And then I'll use my action to take out one of my feather swords and take a swing at him. Ugh, with a nat 1.
Oh
You know what?
man.
I'm going to use my session inspiration. And still miss.
Oh, that's rough. Sorry.
So I'm gonna hang my head in shame, and accomplish nothing on my turn.
You hear a sad caw across your mental link for all of you. It is Azima's turn, and she will yell, Methalax, give it up. Come, help us. You need not be here and hoard this gold. And she will, she's a little unwilling to directly attack Methalax. She will attack a salamander with a bunch of bolts. The first one's a miss. The second one is a miss. The third one, oh man, she rolled such shit.
Oh my goodness.
What was that? A 2, a 6, and a, yeah, that was bad. That is her turn. The warriors are a little worried with their situation. They're taking attacks. The first one is a hit. The second one is a hit. Let's see how many I can do here. And actually, the next several are going to get advantage because they are flanking. That's a hit. 15 is, oh man, that's brutal. 15 is what it takes to hit, by the way. So there's going to be 4, 5. I think that's 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. And I think one of them was a critical. So just dish out some damage real fast. 20, 14, 34. So I think this first salamander is going to die pretty quickly. In fact, so it is now dead, which means that the rest of their attacks are going to be on this one down here, now that this one's dead. And that leaves 3 more attacks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And that's going to be 15, 36, 44, 57, 63. Cool.
Do they do
That
like
salamander's blight.
psychic damage on top of their normal attacks?
Yep, with those great
That's pretty
swords.
cool.
Yeah, they're pretty beefy. That will be those guys. That salamander is felled. The salamander next to you, Sir Venom. It is going to start taking some swings. The spear, once again, 2 hands, 21 to hit,
Oh, that's a hit.
and it will do 19 damage. 4 of which was fire, so 17 damage.
17.
And its tail once again flips out. 16.
That's a miss.
Okay. The Githyanki are dealing with the same attacks simultaneously. The injured Githyanki has the spear lunged towards him, but then the tail swips out and just hits him, doing enough to kill him.
Oh no!
So one of the Githyanki are dead.
Oh.
This one in particular. At this point, you begin to hear movement from somewhere. But you don't know where. Somewhere outside. And some of these salamanders are making their way towards you. It is now Methylax's turn. And what is he gonna do? Mechalax, excuse me. Mechalaf. He's gonna try to grapple with Axel. Because he's
Oh,
really sick of having this guy on the back of his body, and he thinks that it makes sense to throw him off.
Ooh, the best.
I was really
And
worried for another
so
bite back.
grapple check.
My HP is getting real low.
he's going to try to grapple you with a bite attack. So what I'm going to say is if the bite hits and you fail a DC 20 strength check, he has you grappled.
Okay.
26 to hit. Go ahead and make the strength.
Am I doing
Saving throw.
athletics or just straight strength?
Straight strength saving throw.
Straight strength. Okay. Big money. No.
Don't forget, you
Oh,
got
not
that
to check
other.
a saving throw.
Oh, did I? Oh, shit, my bad. I think it's the same thing anyway. Oh, wait, plus. So that would be plus 3. So
16.
still get
Yeah,
16. Still doesn't do it.
not good enough. So he grabs you and bites you. He will do. Let's see.
Do your worst.
28 points of damage from the bite attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will grab you in his claw
Mm-hmm.
out of his mouth for a natural 20.
Oh.
Oh.
And you like his fangs rip across your back as he pulls you out of his mouth for 18 points of damage. And then he will throw you.
Okay. Was that more damage on the throw?
Yeah, there's going to be more damage on the throw. Let's see how far he throws you here.
Let's get a ragdoll.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. He is going to throw you all the way over here.
All right.
And that's going to be...
What's the total? Give me the total damage.
So this is for the throw.
Okay.
11 plus 18 is 29. Plus 28 is 57 points of damage.
All right.
Cut
And then
in half.
yeah, cut in half. So
28.
28. 28 sounds good.
I mean, considering you were just like bitten off of the back of a dragon, picked out of his mouth, and thrown across the room,
Yeah.
that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. He will then... So that's his 3 attacks.
And I assume I'm prone.
Oh, yeah. You're Definitely. Yeah, you're definitely prone.
I just got ragdolled.
I was tempted to like give you a save on that, and then I was like, no, you're prone.
Yeah, no.
You got thrown by a dragon.
Look, we just need.
Oops.
Oh, still attached. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody go all in on the dragon.
Mhm.
He is going to move 40 feet, I guess. This is where it gets kind of weird.
Is he gonna move forward or backward? 'Cause I just measured. I just measured my.
He's going to move here,
Okay.
so you have to come to him.
Yeah, we're coming back. We have to.
Vincent, what would you like to do as you see Axel get ragdolled across the room?
We go, whoa, no! And then unleash 2 sniper arrows
On the dragon?
on the dragon.
Nice.
So
Oh,
a
that's a hit.
15
A 15?
and a 15 and a 25.
15's a miss, 25's a hit.
All right. So the hit will be
Oh,
22 damage.
pretty good. Is there anything you'd like to lay on top of that?
Yeah. I would also like to re-roll the miss with a
Oh, yeah.
with the the session inspiration. Why not? So now it's
Oh,
a
big.
21.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll that
All right.
damage. And this has plus 10 on top of it as well.
Yeah. So this is 21.
All right, 21 points of damage.
What's the What's the total damage that we've done to this dragon so far?
156.
All right. So
Wait.
yeah.
180. Do I need another like 30?
If he was bloodied at about 90, then
It was 180.
yeah, I think we're getting close. So I think before Riku
So
talks to him.
okay, all right. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So, Vincent is gonna use. You think is he immune to poison? The thing.
Might be.
I feel like everything.
I know, right? Psychic. He can't be immune to psychic. All right. So let's do hit him with one of so one of those arrows will make a shadow arrow. So that's going to be another 2d6 of psychic damage. So that's 8.
Okay.
And then he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
An 18? Does that
Yeah,
save?
that's saved. Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
What was the
Alright,
effect
so
otherwise?
it would have been he would be unable to see anything further than 5 feet away from him.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
Kind of like a blinding effect. All right, and then because Vincent wants to try to be the hero, I am going to use action surge.
Okay.
2 more snipe shots. So first snipe shot -5.
Who is this on?
This is the dragon. We're just
Okay, that's a hit.
killing the dragon. Yeah. So another 19 damage.
How would you like to do this, Vincent?
Ooh.
Um, just he would just yell or Axel and shoot the last snipe shot because these are all just snipe shots by
Okay.
him. So just right in his face until the thing falls.
And his face is now littered with arrows, mind you. This last one took him directly between the eyes, and he slumps over across the gold and sprays coins and treasure forward through the room. The battle is still raging, however. You can still use that. You have one more attack if you would like. You can use that on the salamander if you so like.
Oh yeah, we'll turn and we'll just unload on the salamander. Snipe shot, so this will be -5. So 20.
That's a hit.
And 22 damage.
22 damage. Okay. Very hurt, but still up. Is there anything else you would like to do with the rest of your turn?
That's all I got.
Okay. The dragon is down. Riku, what would you like to do?
Riku, I guess I'm gonna run back to the salamander and start swinging
Okay.
since the dragon's dead. Planned on attacking the dragon, but it's dead. 12 doesn't hit, I'm assuming.
It does not.
Second swing. Oh my.
14 is
14.
also a miss.
Wow. Wonderful. Riku stands there.
This guy's impossible to hit. Except if
bonus
you're
action?
Vincent.
Let's see, why not? Yeah. Gonna give my bardic to my man Sir Venom over here.
All right. Bardic Inspiration provided Sir Venom. End of turn.
End of turn.
And we go to Axel. You are prone on the ground. You hear
Yeah.
the crash of the dragon and the coins and treasure behind you. What would you like to do?
So, so the dragon's dead, and do we have a minute before we have to revive? He has to be revived, or
A minute before I have to cast that spell on him.
all right. So we've got
I
10.
just have to get over to him ASAP.
So we gotta finish this in 10 rounds then. But yeah. Yeah, do a little bit of measuring here because I'm at 50%. Okay, so yeah, I can still make
Or I
it.
mean, Sir Venom could do it during this battle. You know what I mean? On
Yeah.
his turn.
Did you want so Axel in his mind asks Sir Venom, did you want to revive him now or you can't even you can't get to him.
You can fly.
You can fly. Could you so Sir Venom, did you want to revive him now or wait till after the fight to do it?
I was gonna as soon as this guy in front of me is dead, I was gonna make my way over the dragon.
All right.
Cast,
I got you.
Poison.
I got you. Axel will get up and sprint at this salamander. So if I wanted to kind of shove him like back into this corner,
Mm-hmm.
this corner right here, to give Sir Venom some room to like go deal with the dragon stuff, and then Axel will just like 1v1 this this salamander with
Sure.
with Riku, of course. 2v1 him.
Don't forget about my bird. He's there too.
And your bird. But yeah, so I'm sprinting right at this salamander and just going to shove him into the corner.
Yeah, go for it. Make a shove attack. So that's an attack action.
Yeah. So I usually do athletics for that.
Yep. And this takes up one of your 2 attacks.
Yeah, rolled terribly, but still got a 20.
That's pretty good, actually. Let me just double check. Contested. So this is like a grapple where I contest it. An 18, so it fails.
All right.
You can push it back into the corner here.
Yeah, I just want to. Yeah, I want to give Sir Venom room so he can get out without taking attack of opportunity, and then I'll use my second attack. I would have taken out my great axe, so I can do some big boy damage.
Okay.
28. I should have
a hit.
made it a great weapon, but whatever. for 13 damage.
How would you like to do this?
I heroically run up, shove the salamander, and then slice him in the salamander heart,
Okay.
and he dies.
And as you do so, like the lava goes spraying up across the temple walls, melting some of the stone behind the salamander.
All right.
And the salamander's
And
dead.
I haven't used my bonus action yet, right?
I don't believe so.
So when I use if I use my bonus action to dash, do I get my full regular movement, or is it still halved because I was prone?
It is.
I guess it doesn't matter. I can't even if they're 60 feet away from me over there anyway. So
I want to say you get your full movement on
Yeah.
that one.
I will go to like right here.
Okay.
Let's get this. There we go. Boom. Get that in the trash.
I can get rid of it if you want.
Yeah, I don't know where the
Just
trash
floating,
is.
floating around. Cool. Sir Venom, what would you like to do?
All right. So I guess I'll send the bird, like Umbra, go back up Axel. I have it fly off to follow Axel, and then I will move 30 feet.
So the treasure is difficult terrain.
I can fly. I can just fly over it.
Okay.
But still, this doesn't. I think I'm also not close enough to him.
No, I think you're close enough to the dragon.
Okay. So I'll cast Gentle Repose on him. And let's see. What's or where are there any like diamonds close to me?
Ooh, is
Like,
that
would
what
I-
this
would I have, like-
requires?
No, I'm just thinking because one of the Githyanki went down, and if I can get to him fast enough, I can revive him if I find a diamond laying in the sword.
Make an investigation check.
Interesting thought process.
Yeah.
I don't want to use one of our diamonds.
I know.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I mean, you're standing basically now on a pile of coins after swooping over here with your wings, casting Gentle Repose, glancing about. You're looking for a needle in a haystack on some level.
So I guess after that, I'd yell out to Azima, and I'd be like, "If you can get me diamonds, I can bring your friend back. But we got to move quick."
And she yells, because it's her turn now. She yells, "If they die, it is for a good cause. Warriors, to me." And she runs over to the dragon
Badass.
and places her hand on him, and she begins to prepare to cast a spell. She does not cast it yet. She's waiting for her warriors. It is their turns, and they are going to Misty Step away. So this one can go 30 feet to here. This one can go 30 feet to here. And then they're going to double time their full movement, which is 60 feet to here and here, back to her. So that is their full action and their bonus action. They leave their fallen comrade behind.
Damn.
Salamander dead.
Zima's cold.
Well,
Hey,
check
we're
out his
sitting on
armor and his weapon.
Yeah, true.
This
It'd
salamander.
be a shame if you just leave him on the ground like that, you know?
And I bet we get a good price for the spears these guys are holding too.
So this salamander gets to here, and it will throw its spear at Axel, which is going to be a natural 20.
Ooh.
Damn, that'll
it's-
hit.
A one-handed throw, and it's going to be for 24 points of damage, 5 of which is fire, if
Okay.
that matters.
So
It
12.
will also use its tail attack because it's close enough for that. And that'll be a 23 to hit. And that's going to be 13 points of damage on the tail
So
attack.
7 more. Nice.
That immunity to every damage except psychic is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty stellar, frankly. You begin hearing the slithering movement of something through what you would say is normally water, but you know is lava instead.
Hmm.
And you can hear several salamanders moving towards you. You also see one
Oh.
begin barreling down the hallway, Axel, from
Yeah.
the north.
We're gonna need some big AoE attacks, boys. Something I can't do.
That is their turn. The gentle repose is working. Vincent, what would you like to do?
Is there any bad guys to shoot?
I mean, are you looking
There's
at the map?
plenty of
There's a
bad guys to
bunch of
Yeah.
them.
shoot.
yeah. Well, they're around the corner to me. I don't see them.
Got one there. Got one here.
All right. All right. Vincent will come over here, assuming he hears some commotion. Pop his
Oh,
head
yeah.
around the corner.
Axel could tell you in his mind, anyways.
Um. Yeah. Let's do some damage here. All right. We'll go on. We'll shoot at D. Try to
Okay.
dissuade him from coming my way. So let's pump 2 snipe shots right into his chest,
All
or
right.
whatever that thing is. Oh, that's
That's a
not
miss.
gonna do. That is a miss. However, I am going to use not my lucky on this one, but my redirect the arrow to C.
Oh, yeah, nice.
My missed shot thing. So we'll continue the snipe shot thing. So -5 still. Oh man. That one I'm gonna lucky reroll.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use another lucky reroll. 'Cause I wanna hit this fucking thing.
Hey.
that?
That's a hit.
Alright. I used 2 luckies. I got 1 left. Alright. So that'll
So
do.
this hits C, technically.
Yeah.
Okay. And you get to
second one,
re-roll
right?
that.
Oh yeah, I do.
You're
that's
just a
2 and
re-roll
2.
maestro.
I know that's what my
Plus
guy does.
1.
Alright, so we'll take that. I know.
Let's
I could technically re-roll that too if I wanted to.
Doesn't your sword give you another lucky charge too? So you have like 4 total.
That's possible. But either way, 18 damage.
Okay, 18 damage.
And
And
then
it is
I'm
still
gonna,
up, but just barely.
I'll take a follow-up shot then.
Okay. At C?
Yeah, seeing that it's bloodied, seeing the damage that I did to it.
Sure.
Then yeah, I'll try to finish it off. I think within like 20 points or something. I'll try to finish it off with a -5 snipe shot. 13?
13 is a miss.
Ooh. All right, we'll use my last lucky reroll. There we go.
Damn.
That's a hit.
Burn through all of them. All right, another 18.
And that one is struck dead by your arrow.
Damn. You rolled to hit 6 times. And that's not even with like action surge. That's just
Yeah, that's just reroll.
All right. Is that your
All
full
right,
turn, Vincent?
then I'll duck behind here.
well, let's start I would say we should start falling back a little bit because we got this entrance way as like a choke point. I don't know. I know, but yeah, I don't know if Axel's saying this all in his head, discussing with the group how we should handle.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the only one out there.
Well, I can hit and then
What's going on?
run. I can back up. I can use my
He's got
mobility.
movement.
Yeah, I can use my mobility to kind of stick and move. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna get pinned in here. Someone help. Someone get this.
that's why I'm
dude.
saying fall back towards the dead, towards Sir Venom. So, because you don't want to
I thought you
get.
told me. Oh yeah. So I used 5 to move out. Yeah, I can only move like this anyway, so that's fine.
The Githyanki yells, "I can get you out of here if you want."
Ooh.
Oh, I'm pretty sure
Mm.
we want all this gold and stuff.
Yeah, we're greedy motherfuckers. We're taking over.
Yeah,
We're setting
about
up shop.
that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we appreciate it, but we definitely got this.
Okay.
We did all the heavy lifting here.
And that brings us back to you, Riku. What would you like to do?
Riku's gonna yell.
What?
What does that mean?
Are
Roosters.
you a putty patrol from the Power Rangers?
Maybe, and then go up and stab this salamander.
Oh, is that like a Native American?
That's a hit.
All right, his first attack there. Now we're gonna swing at him again.
That's also a hit.
18. All right, and then we're gonna do the bardic stuff here. It's gonna
Max damage.
expend one of my bardic inspirations, and then which do I get now?
Riku did minimum damage and then maximum damage.
I think it's
Is it a D10 or is it still a D8?
8 still. Making sure. Yeah, D8, D8. I think my next level it becomes a D10. Looks like 26 total damage. These things are immune to fire damage.
Yes, that's correct. That's
And
pretty
now
good though.
My AC is 19.
Oh, nice. All right. All right.
Let's see. Probably. Yeah, I won't go anywhere. I'll just stay here.
Okay. I think this is where we will end it for the night. We'll pick it up here in the midst of this battle for your lives among these fire salamanders. You have injured one. There are 3 more bearing down on the temple at this point in time. You've been offered a route of escape. The Githyanki have not yet left with the dragon's body, but they are about to. You don't know how, but they have suggested that they were about to. And we will see what happens next weekend.